Hello, everyone. And today we're going to be talking about since all of this government shutdown, and a lot of people are not going to receive the SNAP benefits when it come down to November the 1st. Some states are doing everything they can in order for the people to get the food stamps, but there's going to be some increase in the food bank that's going to go on. And, you know, we're all going through the storms. We got to eat, y'all. It's a lot of people that are struggling. They're panicking or they're panicked right now. They don't know how they're going to provide for their family. And a lot of these food banks are going to see more and more people coming in, get food. And plus, they're going to be running out of food. So if you're able to help, the food bank, give a little rice, beans, do so. Or if you don't want to do that, people in your community, if y'all pull together and in 1 month, your family, 2 or 3 family or 4 family buy food to support the family in your community, just only on your street if y'all agree to, so nobody won't be broke and try to make it, y'all. We can make it through this. In 2020, y'all know what happened. And then 5 years later, it's a government shutdown. So I'm going to show you about 3 videos, and I'm going to tell you what my reaction is about these videos here. Go grab your coffee, your tea, and let's just dive right into the first one, okay?
Guys, you want 90 days of food and water. That is what it will take to survive any kind of government shutdown, economic collapse, financial situations. Guys, this is what you need. You want to make sure you have 90 days of food and water. And what you want to do is you actually want to use your stuff. You want to be rotating it. You're not.
Do this remind you what happened in 2020? Where you have to stock up on a lot of things. This is a person's in their house. So a lot of y'all, if I tell you to go to Walmart, all these different places, and start stocking up, because people are stocking up now for 90 days to make sure you're having food in your pantry.
Stocking a bunch of stuff and just having it sit there to go bad, guys. You're buying things that you'll actually use, you'll actually eat, things that you actually use around the house, cleaning supplies, things like that, dog food for the animals, your cooking supplies. You want to be using these things and you want to rotate them so you're not throwing money away. And anything that you have left over, anything that's getting close to expiration, when you go through things, this is what you take to the food bank, guys. You do a good deed, you pass some charity on, and everyone feels better about themselves, right? You feel better about your situation, the food bank feels better about their situation, and obviously the people that get to eat feel a lot better about their situation. But yeah, guys, you don't need to overdo it. You need 90 days worth of food, water, and medicine. And don't forget your pets, guys. Basic household cleaning supplies, anything like that. That's what you want to prepare for with this government shutdown, guys. Obviously, you want some camping equipment, type propane stove, so you can cook on a little propane stove. I recommend that. Candles, guys. This is actually an inverter here. So if you have like a marine battery, you can hook up a battery to an inverter and then plug your refrigerator into an inverter, and you could keep your refrigerator going for a little bit longer during any kind of bad storm. Oil lamps, guys. Obviously, you want some clear lamp and some lamps. There's another lamp you want to make sure has their oil full right now. If you know, rice, guys. Again, Mylar bags and absorbers. We're gonna get that all bagged up here, and then you can get some survival kits, guys. There's nothing.
He's teaching you how to survive, y'all. A lot of people don't take this serious. You have to go ahead and prepare and plan. Go out here to the stores and get you a little canned goods. Go to Walmart. They have some canned goods for 67 cents. Stock up on all of that stuff. Have it ready. And he was talking about make sure you look at the date and move it around. And the cans that you're not using, be considered. Take it to a local food bank. Somebody can use this, y'all. A family can use this. That's the problem is we got to stop being so selfish and start helping one another. That's what a lot of people don't want to do. Like I've said in my previous videos, you have people in your community that you don't even know them. Okay, they bag out, they're in the garage, and they just isolate themselves, and you don't know who they are. And when all this stuff is going on, if you got have a neighbor that, hey, I'll buy groceries this time, and then we just switch it around. That's how you're going to save. A lot of people do that. A lot of other people buy food for their family, for a whole bunch of people, where nobody can be broke. and we can do the same thing, y'all. This guy's telling you what to do. You gotta, yeah, I love watching these survival movies. They talk about survivor kits where you can get out here and feed your family and survive this government shutdown.
Wrong with having a couple of survival kits. That's kind of it, guys. You just, like I said, and make sure you're rotating everything. Make sure you have your, things that need to be used first up front. Guys, use it like it's a grocery store, guys. You're not just stocking this up and then just waiting for the end of the world and hoarding it to try and out-survive your neighbors, guys. This is literally about having better spending habits, having a better budget, and just being able to get through a situation when they do occur, because situations do occur. Storms come, things happen, evil empires doing evil empire type stuff, right? So as you see, guys, it's just about the basics, right? You need food, you need water, you need medicine. Don't forget about your pets, guys. You need your basic household cleaning supplies, and then you want to be prepared for spring. You want to have seeds, gardening equipment. You want to have that kind of stuff so you can start growing your own food and then have things to can your own food at the end of the harvest next year. That's all you got to do. You got to get through one bad winter, and then you come together with other people and you start over, right? You start becoming self-sovereign. You do it as a team, and everything will be all right, guys. You take it one day at a time. But as far as everything that's going on right now with the government shutdowns, the SNAP cutoffs, all of the confusion, the Venezuela stuff going on right now, go ahead and get whatever you can, get stocked up for the winter. If you have to use the loan programs like Affirm and Zip and Zezzle and Afterpay, if you got to max out credit cards, do whatever you need to do. You're only buying things you know you're going to use, and you're just going to be able to save the money up front, and you'll get through whatever is going to happen over the next couple months, and you'll either have a bunch of money at the end and you'll be ahead of the game.
He's talking about buying only what you need. Buy the food that you're going to eat, not buy the food that you're not going to eat. Buy only what you need, and found you 2 or 3 people that you can trust in your neighborhood, that you've been talking for a long time. There's a couple of people I know in my neighborhood that if something go down, we gonna help each other, because they were already helping me, giving me different things before all of this government shut down. So if you can find 4 people in your neighborhood, if you stay in an apartment or whatever the case may be, that y'all can pull together, say, hey, this time I buy groceries, next time you buy groceries, to rotate it where nobody be broke and come together, then you can survive this. If you're selfish and you just don't want to help anybody, how are you going to survive this government shutdown? We don't know how long this government shutdown going to be, right? It can be a couple months, it can be a year. We just don't know. But in everything we do, we got to pray and say God will supply all our needs according to his riches and glory, and stop worrying about it and just put your faith in him. But faith without works is dead. You got to get out here and take action. He's telling you what you need to do. I always said in the past, gardening. You just start a garden. I know where I stay is a lot of rabbits. We have a whole bunch of rabbits that get in our backyard. And, I'm thinking about starting a garden, but it's kind of too late right now. But you can start laying some seeds. Cast your seed on everything. Be a farmer. Cast your seed. Water those seeds and get them crops. We got to go back in those days, y'all. We're going to be okay. But listen to these people. There's people out here that's telling you how to survive. And it's up to you whether if you want to accept it or not. This guy is telling you what to do so you won't get in panic mode. Okay, we can't be picky. Hunger pains ain't no joke. When I was on a diet and I was fasting and couldn't eat in a couple hours, that hunger pain got to me. And I was like, oh, and I had to keep drinking water, and you drink water and you're still hungry. So you don't want to get to the point where you have them hunger pains, y'all. We gotta prepare, gotta pray, prepare, and plan. And he is giving you some great information that you need to take notes. You need to share this video with everyone that you know. Comment, like, share. You need to let everybody know that, hey, this video out here is helping you to prepare for what is going to happen.
For 2026, or you will be like everyone else and you'll be starting over in 2026. My name is Jeremy. Like the video, share the video, guys. Tell me, is there any essentials that you guys think people should be focused on? Throw it in the comments, guys. Help each other get prepared. Let's make sure that we're only getting the essentials, guys. We're not worried about sugary treats. We're not worried about anything like that, guys. This is about survival, and this is about making sure that we're not giving this evil empire any more of our money than they deserve, guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you.
Okay, he's telling the truth here.
Over 40 million Americans depend on federally funded food aid, better known as SNAP benefits, to keep meals on the table. And with the Trump administration confirming that funds will not go out on November 1st, local food banks are seeing an influx, but say they can't fill the gap on their own. ABC Columbia's Lee Williams has more.
Unless something changes with the federal government shutdown, SNAP benefits in South Carolina will not be paid for the month of November.
While some states have pledged to keep SNAP benefits flowing, even with the federal program halting payments, questions remain on if directives from the U.S. government will allow that to happen. In the meantime, other states, including South Carolina, are alerting folks to be ready for their benefits to stop.
SNAP benefits serve many different types of people. They serve senior citizens. They serve disabled or individuals that can't work for disability reasons, and they serve a lot of children.
So what do y'all think is going to happen when these SNAP benefits is no longer available, y'all? Like she said, it's not only affecting the people, the young people, but the senior citizen out there. My heart goes out to a senior citizen because my mom is a senior citizen, and they really everybody needs the benefits, but senior citizen they really need it, y'all. You be surprised. A lot of people don't understand until they parent go through it. I remember when my mom was taking Eliquis, right? It's a blood, it was a blood thinner for her because she had like blood clots in her lungs. That was $325, and she couldn't take it the generic. She had to take the real thing. If you don't take it, you know what will happen. So God worked that out where somebody came in and helped us. Instead of her paying $325 for that medicine, she only paid like maybe $12 now, y'all. This is really serious. And when people cannot provide for their family, what do you think going to happen? People are going to start stealing, which, the Bible says not to steal. People are going to start trying to hurt people. They're going to start following you. Hopefully it don't get to that point, coming to the grocery stores and seeing what you have in your basket and start taking it out. We don't want that. I just say a lot of times, God is saying, if my people who are called by what he will humble you, you need to humble yourself and he will heal the land. That's it. This is terrible, y'all. This is affecting everybody all across the board. Kids that are going to school, they have free lunches and stuff. This is affecting everybody, y'all. This is affecting everybody.
Children.
In September, over 266,000 South Carolina households received that help, totaling over $103 million. It's a cost that even larger food banks like Harvest Hope say they can't fill the gap for, much less the smaller food pantries across the state.
We typically are low on donations at this point in time. With SNAP benefits running out, the lines are really long. As you can see, people are already getting a sense of panic. Many agencies, state agencies, local agencies are directing people to Harvest Hope Food Bank. The need is great, but we cannot step into the place of SNAP. It's $100 million a month. Think through the amount of food that provides for our 556,000 neighbors in South Carolina that are on SNAP. This has to be solved at a state level.
Governor Henry McMaster's office sent out a press release Monday afternoon stating it will announce the activation of the One South Carolina Fund on Tuesday morning in response to the loss of SNAP benefits, aimed at assisting regional food banks and local feeding partners across the state. For links to food resources as well as ways you can donate to families in need, visit this story at abccolumbia.com. I'm Lee Williams, ABC Columbia News.
Wow, unbelievable. Here's another one, y'all, I want to share with you.
Group, you're going to hear from Commissioner Brown for Children, Youth, and Family. You're going to hear there's legislators up here, mayors, and 1,000 volunteers that'll come through here and work at any given time on these shifts to make sure that their neighbors have enough food. It is not a privilege to have food, it's a human right to have food. And in the most abundant food supply of any country on earth in the United States, and us being at the heart of that heartland of food production, it's absolutely unnecessary for people to go hungry. And we have made an effort. We as Minnesotans have made a concerted effort to make sure that food security is a priority, whether it's breakfast and lunch for all of our children.
This is what's going on in Minnesota, y'all. It's different states that are stepping up to the plate to help their community where they won't go hungry. So you can go and do some research. There's different other states that are helping. I hope your state is going to step up and pull together so people won't be, starving, living paycheck to paycheck. People will have food to eat. So this is great to hear that this person is stepping up to the plate to help Minnesota.
Children, whether it's increasing the child tax credit to make sure they have that, increasing MFIB, and making sure that we're able to deliver it as quickly as possible. The network of folks who work in food security is nothing short of amazing across this state. And be very, very clear, I had some statistics here for you that maybe 9 million visits a year in Minnesota. We have over 440,000 Minnesotans needing SNAP benefits. And just so those folks out there who want to get a Grinchy heart on or something, 38% of them are children and 18% are seniors. And so just to be very clear, this is across every geographic aspect of Minnesota, in fact, disproportionately in greater Minnesota. And these are benefits that allow people to be able to feed their family and go on with their life with that little bit of extra. So I'm here to say thank you to all the people who work on this. I'm here to say thank you for the folks who make this system work. And I'm here along with Jason to encourage folks to get back together. We're here today to announce we're using our contingency accounts to add $4 million to the...
Exactly. There's a reason behind everything. Everybody needs to get back together. Like I said, get back together and help one another. Take it back like back in the day, y'all. Like I keep saying, back in the day, people that stayed next door to each other, they help each other. If they needed eggs, they were able to go get eggs. If they needed sugar, butter, whatever the case may be. Let's be like that. It's other countries are already doing it, but we need to come in the United States is to help help people start coming together. Leave whatever grudges that you have against someone, leave that behind and just come together and pitch together. If you are able to help and assist with the food banks, donate something, because like he said, it's affecting children and it's affecting elderly people, and elderly people got to eat because they have medication to take. Same thing about children. So we got to pull together and help. That's the only way we're going to make it today, and put prayer in everything.
Food banks across Minnesota. This will be a bridge. I want to be very clear. It will not make up and backfill everything that is going to drop off starting on Saturday. We do not have that capacity. But I would say again, we put out about $74 million a month in SNAP benefits, just so you know the scope and the scale of this. Those are Minnesota tax dollars that went to the federal government. Again, one of a handful of states that pays more in than we get back. I want to be very clear. USDA, during this shutdown, has contingency funds that they could release just like us. They are choosing not to. They are choosing not to. And I can paint any damn picture you want for you. They're paying contractors to tear down the East Wing, but they're not putting money into the food bank that they're setting on. So if there's a sense of frustration in America, it's very real. And usually we start to do these things as we get nearer to Thanksgiving and we start to bring it to attention. We don't need a holiday to tell you that food insecurity is real, that the system that we've developed keeps people out of poverty, keeps them out of hunger, improves their quality of life, improves their health, and lets them participate in our society. And when this risk comes, it puts a lot of children, a lot of seniors, and a lot of folks with disabilities at risk by a choice. They are choosing not to fund these programs. They are choosing to prioritize. And when the White House press secretary said the top priority is the ballroom, we could not disagree more. Our top priority is the well-being of the Minnesotans, especially around food security, home heating assistance, and the things that we know Minnesota does really well. So I'm here to say thank you to all these volunteers, to make the note that we're putting this money in that was bridge us. But the solution to this is, one, end the shutdown and go back to work. Two, quit scapegoating people who are hungry and making up stories that are not true. And do your job. Because I'm a little bit irritated, and I'll just say it. When I was in Congress, there was a government shutdown. I donated my check to the Open Door in Rochester. I would make a challenge to some folks.
It's right. If you have the funds, You know, you're a millionaire, you need to be donating to the food bank. You need to help these people if you're in that position. It's a lot of people out here who have the money, but they selfish. They rather just not help anybody. I told y'all that last year, 2 years ago, I donated to the food bank, you know, because my child was in the National Honor Society and he had to get those hours, and I sit there and help put the food together. You never know. It's people that are CEOs of companies that are going up into these food banks way back then when I was helping out because they couldn't afford it. And we didn't judge because the color of the skin or you drove a car. If you needed food, we help you. We had a box. So that's all we need to do. If you have, I say these millionaires that have money, they need to donate. You know what I'm saying? If they donate half of their check, then we can do something. So I agree 100%.
If you're getting paid and folks are going hungry, something's wrong. So end this thing now. Minnesotans know and care. The number of volunteers across this state is nothing short of just inspiring, and I'm just incredibly grateful. So Jason, Open Door, thanks for having us. To the network of folks who make this happen, to the mayors, to the representatives who have funded consistently food programs in Minnesota to make sure that our children have what they need. And we know when you do that, it translates into less truancy, it translates into higher graduation rates, it translates into healthier human beings who are then able to contribute. It just makes sense, especially when you know and you see that food over there. About half the food in this country goes to waste when it's expired. Mm-hmm. These folks here are making sure that that does not happen and we get it to people. So really grateful. I'm going to turn it over now to the Commissioner of Children, Youth, and Family, Kiki Brown.
Yeah. A lot of kids, you think about it, SNAP benefits. The only time they go to school is if they know that they're going to have a breakfast, they're going to have lunch, and then if they're in the after school program, they have an after school snack. My thing is that since all of this is going on, the SNAP benefits, how is it going to affect the kids that are going to school? Would they be less attended or more kids go to school because they like, at least I have 3 meals a day? I agree 100%. If I was in a position where I was a millionaire and I saw all of this, I would donate half of my check to help my state or any other state so nobody won't be going through this. I get it. It's people that are able to work and they rode the system for years. I agree 100%. It's people that are able to work. Government assistance is just temporary. It's not meant to be on it for 2 years. But you have some people that are really disabled. You have senior citizens that are very disabled. They're not getting a lot of food stamps or snaps. They got to deal with a lot. How I know? Because it's my parents. My parents were struggling, and it's only so much you can do, you know, trying to take care of your parents, and then you got to take care of your household too. So I understand we need to come together as a community and help one another. If we did all this, then we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now. But a lot of people, like I said, are selfish. They just only worry about themselves. They're not worried about nobody else. But if we come together and help, that's what I'm saying. Know your neighbors. A lot of people don't want to know their next door neighbor. They can care less. But when something goes wrong, you're knocking on the door trying to get help. And we're like, I don't know you, who you are. You've been living in the neighborhood for 5-6 years and I've never known you. So we got to let things go and pull together as a community, y'all, and start helping the food bank if you can. You know, donate what you can, but also you take care of your family, your household. Make sure that your family is fed. Make sure you have enough rice and beans. Make sure you have a lot of things. There's nothing wrong with eating in a can, y'all. That's what I've learned, to be on a budget, okay? I've always learned, like I said, my parents prepared me a long time ago, and I am preparing. I put out a video where I showed you tips of how to survive this government shutdown, where they was telling you, one lady was telling you, get you a can of green beans, a can of corn, a can of new potatoes, and then get you some beef sausages or whatever meat you want to go in there. And that's a meal. That's how you're going to make it, y'all. This too will pass. Okay? Just keep pushing. Pushing means praying till something happen. You know, we're going to make it through this storm because, like I always say, we're going to win. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share this video with everyone you know they could benefit from it. Videos go out every other day. Support this channel, subscribe, like, comment, share your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.